Today's T-shirt is Action for Healthy Kids. Today's Respect Community nonprofit organization is Action for Healthy Kids. A grant from the Cubs Charities helps Action for Healthy Kids provide wellness programming and fun runs at schools around Chicago in under-resourced neighborhoods. By providing schools with tools to encourage wellness and physical activity, Action for Healthy Kids helps to ensure kids are not only more physically fit, but better prepared to learn and succeed. Today is the final week of Every Kid Healthy Week, in which more than 1,500 schools and 800,000 people nationwide will celebrate schools' roles as hubs of community wellness. Once again, good stuff, cool T-shirt. Applaud them.
The wind wasn't particularly brutal today, but how far did you think that Caesar home run would have traveled without that wind blowing off the?
Yeah, it would have been well up into the bleachers, and I think Addison had two today. Two on top of that. Freddie Freeman's ball was not impacted by any hurricane force wind. That thing was absolutely crushed. So yeah, again, we hit the ball well. That's just part of the ballpark here. We finally took the somewhat advantage. Rizzo's line drive base hit up the middle was big. But 1-1 game, seventh inning, crazy seventh inning. Really well played on both sides. Our guys held serve at the end. What can you say, man? We just come ready to play. A couple of guys are out today. The guys that stood in there for them did outstanding work. And, of course, Matty Caesar, who's been kept pertinent in a sense just by getting him in games, getting him some at-bats. That's what I'm talking about. Well, you got to get these guys like a start once in a while, get them in a game. So that moment comes up, he can do that. Tommy, pinch hit. Oppo off the wall. Come on, I mean, it's all really good stuff. Nothing to complain about. Really proud of our guys. And then Johnny Lester to punch out the side under those circumstances. 100-plus pitches at that, 106. Still had his really good fastball. Him and David were really working well together again. But obviously, that's probably the biggest moment in the game.
How important was it for John to work out of that, just for confidence and get out of that himself?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's a growth moment, even though he's been around the block a couple times. To be able to do that under those circumstances here definitely adds to his confidence. Was it Friday, correct? Friday afternoon, 1:20. Middle of Chicago, place is pretty jamming, and have that kind of a ball game played. That doesn't happen every day. That was pretty cool. Atlanta doesn't have a very good record right now. They played great, and I just love the whole attitude of everybody today. I mean, the fans are fabulous too. Just that doesn't happen Friday afternoon at 1:20 to play that kind of a game, that kind of entertainment. Pretty special.
So when you talk about the depth of the team with the injuries and guys out, you have a guy like Baez who's thrown by leaps and bounds, doing some little things to help you win. Pretty significant.
It is. I mean, even that last at-bat, him accepting that walk in that last at-bat, normally he's just going to try to hit a homer. Javi's playing a whole game right now. He's playing a full game. He's understanding it better. He's surrounded by a lot of really good players and coaches, so he's getting it. And heads up, because his power is still in there. As he's able to have more at-bats like that, he's going to see the pitch more often than he can hit in the seats. Special to watch. Addison, again, really, really good. I thought Soler, the line drive to right field is also a nice moment for us there, too. What can I say? I mean, bullpen, Stropey, nice 1-2-3 inning right there, threw some really good pitches, good sliders. Pretty much a team victory today.
With the way that Caesar was sort of up and down, literally and figuratively, in the minors in here last year, how nice is it to see him settle into a role and be productive like he's been so far in the season?
We're all happy for him. And we're happy for us. We're happy for him. He's kind of like a manager's, coach's kind of a dream player because he knows his role. He stays ready. He's good. He's very very versatile. There's so many good things about him. The last step for him was for him to really realize he belongs in the major leagues and he can do this. That was the last step. You could see it conversationally. I guess you have to hear it conversationally. You can't see it, but when you talk to him, he talks differently. It's more confident. It's just a different conversation this year compared to the last year when I first met him, and that a lot of that tells me that he's ready to be here. Also, he knows it, and once you know it, then you can really do something well here.
Joe, I don't know if you ever started 17-5 down in Tampa. You have
No.
teams there. Okay. What does this do? I mean, the team was so confident going into the season anyway, but what has this start done for all the guys?
Well, in a game like today, you really believe you're going to win it somehow. That's what that kind of a record does. You have this strong belief system you're going to win the game. You don't. We were being no hit for a long time again today. Their pitcher was really good. I've never seen him before, Blair. So you're getting no hits, but you still have the strong feeling that you're going to win the game. Your starting pitcher has a lot to do with that. Of course, while their guys doing that, your guys to do something pretty similar, and John was all about that. So when you get on this kind of a roll, happens during the season. I've been on like 17-5 rolls before. When it happens in the middle of the season, you just don't see it as clearly. It's just like when you have a bad moment in the middle of the season, you don't see it as clearly. Good and bad moments are seen more clearly in the beginning of the year and probably at the end. The middle kind of disguises a lot of things. So I know I've been on teams that have gone 17-5 before, but not at the beginning of the year. Yeah, he just chose not to throw it. I mean, he got confused. He'll be the first one to tell you. We have different things set up for that. It just happened. He just held on to it. He took the sack. Yep. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted him to understand the way that batting order was set up after that. He was in good shape. So don't just, I know the play can mess with your head a little bit, but you're still in good shape. Stubbs was coming up, and then a left-handed pinch hitter, and then Markakis. So I thought we were still in good shape. I wanted to know that. You still have to process the moment, because regardless, again, of your level of experience, when something like that happens, you'll get out of your normal thought pattern. That's why I constantly talk about self-awareness of what's going on. So that's all that was about. I said, listen, we can get out of this, playing for a double play in the middle. Just play for two. We'll take two if we can get it. But otherwise, understand we can get out of this. It's set up well for you, and that's what I told him.
So what do you say to a guy who's struggled like that, with that so mightily? I mean, it seems like that one hitch that he has, he can't figure it out.
Well, I mean, you're right, and we've been working on it. The thing I wanted to do is to not worry about it. We have alternative things set up, and there was alternatives set up for him right there. He just didn't do it in the moment. I think we've done a nice job with him pitching for this season. Controlling the running game, controlling the bunny game. I think we've done a really good job. That was just one thing that I think was kind of a hot moment that got away from us.
Was one of the options to throw to third there? It looked like he probably could.
Of course he could have. There's a lot of different options, but I don't want to tell you exactly what we talk about, just being honest with you.
He hasn't gotten the wins because things just haven't worked out score-wise for him, but he's from 5 quality starts, and he's just been everything you could have asked for.
Well, his stuff's been really good. His stuff's been outstanding. The velocity on the fastball, location of the fastball, the cutter, the two-seam sinker, all that stuff. Everything's there. He's throwing the ball really well. We just haven't scored enough points for him, but the guy's been pitching really well.
He's kind of going under the radar in that way. Does he kind of like it that way?
Well, part of it is, starting pitchers are always evaluated on win-loss record, which can be very deceptive, as we all know. So that's part of the problem. Like, had he gotten a couple wins, everybody would be glorifying how well he's been pitching, but he hasn't gotten wins. So I think people don't dig underneath often enough. He's pitched great. I mean, really well. Under the radar, it's hard for John to be under the radar or not being noticed. We noticed it's been really, really good. I've been really pleased with it. That was 6, 7 1/3, 99. And then 7 and 100. What do you have today? 7 and 1 and 6. That's pretty solid stuff.
Was he happy to see you when you came out there? Like, how did he receive your thing? Did you want him to take a breath there?
You'd have to ask him. I don't know. My whole intent was just to go out there and try to clarify the situation. Like I said, because I tell you, man, I know these guys are veterans and they played, but you still lose the ability to slow it down at certain points. And you have to just slow it down, and let's really understand what's going on here. And when you're able to slow it down, then you could do things like that because he's that good. So that was a situation I did not want to send Boz out because there was no strategical pitching information to be given. It was just all about defensive strategy and what we're going to do. So that's why I went out. And, again, I can't emphasize it enough. The moment, stay in the moment as much as you possibly can. Because a lot of people naturally assume a negative result in that situation. Let's imagine a positive result.
Do you think Brian told another day
We'll wait and see tomorrow. I know it's supposed to rain again, from what I understand, so we'll check out and see how that plays out. But he was feeling better. They did a lot of work on him, and so I'll wait to hear from PJ in the morning.